Hi everyone! Yesterday Vogue posted probably their best video in their beauty secret series. They had Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez do a skincare and makeup routine. Literally was dying watching that video. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez is such a badass. She is so inspirational. She is such an amazing role model for girls all over the United States, all over the freaking world. I am so jealous of the girls that get to grow up looking up to her, but I am so happy that as a young adult I have her to be a role model for me. She is amazing, she's strong, she's educated, she's beautiful. She's able to be such a boss while serving us looks. She always looks so good. As soon as I saw this video show up on my feed, I knew before I even clicked on it that I was going to have to recreate the look. And truthfully, I freaking love how it came out. I did try and really get into character. I even did a side part and I straightened my hair. I got the black top on. I tried my best to match even the necklace and earrings that she was wearing in the Vogue video. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But let's just get into today's video where I recreate Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's makeup look. I'm pretty excited. I own basically everything that she used in the video, except I did go out today and purchase the liquid lipstick because I definitely wanted the exact same thing that she used. I also picked up the little Tarte palette that she used. It was only 19 bucks and it is like a pretty staple palette, so figured it was something that I would want in my collection anyway. She also used the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift mascara, so I picked one of these up. And then I didn't own the Becca Under Eye Brightener concealer, and she used this in the Vogue video, and I figured that this was something that I would have wanted to own anyway. AOC says that she uses 2 different complexion products depending on what she's doing that day. When she does her full glam or she knows she's definitely going to be photographed, she wears the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but for like an everyday sort of thing, she does wear the NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I love this tinted moisturizer so much. I also really love this foundation. This foundation is like my go-to special occasion foundation, but I am going to be copying like exactly what she was doing in the Vogue video, so I will be using the NARS Tinted Moisturizer, and I use the shade Medium 2. I'm actually mixing a little bit of Medium 1 in with my Medium 2 because I think Medium 2 is a little bit too dark for me right now, and then I think Medium 1 is a little bit too light. But that looks like, oh yeah, that looks like it will be perfect. And I'm just going to be blending this out with a brush. That's what AOC did. She blended her tinted moisturizer out with a brush. If you guys haven't watched the Vogue video yet, I highly, highly recommend it. Grab your daughter, grab your sister, grab your mom, grab your grandma, all watch it together. It is such a good, powerful video. Not only is she freaking adorable and so entertaining to watch and just super duper engaging, but she talks about some really amazing topics just about confidence and self-love, and she talks about the pink tax. It's definitely a video that I highly recommend anybody watch. After she went in with her tinted moisturizer, she did use the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. I picked mine up in the shade Light Medium. It also looked like she was using Light Medium. The Light Medium does look a little bit light, but it is an under eye corrector, so I didn't mind picking one up that was like super duper light. And the next one up, which was Medium Deep, it looked sort of exactly like my skin tone, maybe like a little deeper, honestly. And I know that this is supposed to be a brightening concealer, so I definitely felt I should pick this up in the lighter shade. And she did put a little bit around her nose. This is actually a really pretty concealer. I've never tried it before. It's super light, like very, very light. The next product that AOC used was the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, or yeah, Radiant Creamy Concealer. I don't really love this concealer, but you know, I'll use it. She sort of just applied it underneath her eyes and then she blended it out with her finger. She also got the concealer like way up in here, and that kind of freaks me out, but I will do it. I'm also going to apply some on my chin because I personally like that, and on my mustache. Okay, AOC definitely has some sort of like good routine going on. I love how glowy my skin looks. Also in the Vogue video, she talked a little bit about her skincare routine. which her skin always looks so healthy considering she like hardly gets any sleep, she says. Also, can't you guys tell I definitely got into character with like my necklace and my little hoops and my black top. I wanted to recreate her look as best as possible. I even straightened my hair, which I know I'm not really supposed to do on my curly girl hair journey, but I spoke to my curly godmother, Amy, and she told me that it was okay. Her next step was to apply some contour. She did use the Fenty contour stick, but I'm going to be using the Nude Sticks one. I'm just going to blend this out with my e.l.f. brush, and while I blend it out, I am going to talk a little bit about sort of how I stay confident. I thought it was so special when AOC was talking about how it is like a mini protest to love yourself, because we are taught to not. We're so readily taught to not love ourselves in the way that, you know, we probably should, and would help us view ourselves a lot better. But one of my most favorite ways to stay confident and kind of nip insecurities in the butt is when I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I see things that I don't particularly love about my face or my body, I just remember who I am and where I've come from. And I have a lot of features that come from my mom, and I also see a lot of my grandmother in me too. And I just look at them and just think that they are two of the most beautiful women on this planet. And why should I ever feel insecure when I have their blood inside of me? So sorry, I just got a little bit emotional, but that is one of my favorite ways to remain confident and sort of just nip insecurities in the butt, because I have beautiful, strong women in my life that I am related to. I have their blood and their DNA pulsing through my body, and why should I ever look in the mirror and feel less than or not feel so beautiful when I look at these two women and just think that they are so beautiful? So yeah, that is just one of the ways that I sort of remind myself to not be so nitpicky or sort of just nip insecurities in the butt. So AOC uses blush next. The blush she uses is from a brand I am currently not speaking of on my channel, so I'm not going to show you guys the blush. If you guys want to see what blush she's using, obviously go ahead and head over to the Vogue video. She does share that on her video. But I am not currently featuring the brand on my channel, but I wanted this to be the most accurate recreation that I could do. So next she did her brows. She did use the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I thought I owned a Brow Wiz. I mean, I've definitely owned many in my lifetime, but I just currently have the Anastasia Brow Definer, which is pretty similar to the Brow Wiz. It's just a little bit thicker. Not only is AOC just an educated, badass congresswoman, she also is a fashion and beauty icon. So like, why wouldn't you stan? But like, how could she not be a queen to you? So I just applied a little bit of that product in my brows. I'm really trying to fluff up my brows because hers are really nice, big, bushy, bold, and I want to sort of mimic that as much as possible. Okay, this looks different. This looks like a different palette. I've been sitting here trying to figure out how she got such a warm eye with this eyeshadow palette, but I picked up the wrong one. Like, I shopped the wrong one online. So I'm actually gonna put this back together and I am going to return it because I, one, didn't use it, and two, I don't need it. And I'm going to grab another palette. Okay, so I'm back. I grabbed another Tarte palette. So I'm just going to be using the Tartelette Toasted palette. Instead, I feel like I can create a very similar look to what she was using in her video. But before I do that, I forgot that she also added highlighter before eyeshadow, and she used the Anastasia Glow palette, whatever highlighter palette that was. I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Sun Dipped or something. I don't remember. I did once own that palette, but I got rid of it and I kept two shades from the palette, and I'm just going to be going in with this one. Maybe the shade, oh yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the shade Bubbly from that palette, but I no longer have the palette, I just have these ones. I was just trying to condense my collection and I never used the other colors, so I ended up getting rid of the other two colors and just keeping this one. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of that. It didn't look like she was applying too much of it, like she was going in with a big fan brush. Okay, that's really pretty. I'm loving the skin so far. So in her crease, it looked like she was using a very warm tone brown. So I'm going to mix warmth and cashmere together to sort of mimic that. It's been a really long time since I've worn this eyeshadow palette, but it was such a favorite of mine at some point. I'm going to go in with S'mores. It's like a white-ish matte shade. And I'm going to place that very lightly on my eyelid. This big eyeshadow brush. And then she was so cute talking about how she had so much fun wearing glitter eyeshadow and how she's like very excited about her shimmery eyeshadows. So I'm going to go in with this shade called Candle. It's like a very shimmery eyelid shade and I feel like AOC would be happy with the shade. She'd wear it. She would like it. I don't know how she applied the other eyeshadow without getting fallout everywhere. That was like a ton of glitter fallout. I want to just add a little bit more color in my crease. I feel like her steps were a little bit like out of order from what I typically do. So I'm just sort of recreating her look in the way that I would do my makeup. Like I think she added her shimmery shadow after she did her mascara, which is something I wouldn't typically do. So next I'm going to go in with the brown eyeliner. She was using an Almay eyeliner, but I don't use eyeliner that often, so it really wasn't worth it for me to like pick one up. Oh, I don't know if she does hers that thick. It doesn't look like it. She definitely does like a little wing. She pulls on like the inside of her eye and then she does like a little wing. I'm not going to be doing that because I don't have enough hands because I have to use this little mirror that I have, but I'm trying to recreate the wing as best as possible. I don't think that she like went in and blended it out, but I have to. I'm just not as good at creating wings. And hers were a little bit more flicked up, but that probably does just work better for her eye shape. Okay, I don't think that her wings are this big, but this is what I'm working with what I've got. This is how I've recreated the look to make it fit my face. My brother just got a tattoo for his birthday. It looks so cool. This is my dad's drawing. I'm very proud of my little brother and my dad's drawing. It looks so cool. Anyway, she did use this mascara, this Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift. I've not used this mascara before. The wand just looks like that. I'm pretty excited. I used to really love Maybelline's Falsies lashes, like their Falsie mascara. Ooh, Congresswoman likes her lashes bold. So her next step was bronzer. This is actually another product that I didn't have her exact product that she was wearing. She was wearing an Estee Lauder bronzer. I don't have an Estee Lauder bronzer, but I am just going to be going in with my Kosas bronzer. I wear the shade medium in this bronzer, but I don't use it that often. I grabbed this one because I felt like AOC would probably use Kosas, like she would like that brand. So lastly, for the best part, AOC shared her favorite red lip with us. She says that she uses the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in Beso. This looked stunning on her. I am very excited to see what this looks like on me. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I look pretty dang good in a red lip. She applies it in the middle first. I think she called it her like low risk areas. And then I'm trying to wipe off as much as possible. She likes this one because it lasts literally all day for her, which she's a busy woman. I can see how the appeal of a lipstick that lasts all day would be. And she really went in with like no lip liner. She just like did it. It did not look like AOC was wearing powder at all, but I am just going to powder my forehead a little bit because she's oily. And just gonna hit a little bit underneath my eyes. I feel like the glitter fallout from that Tarte shadow really messed up my look, but I sort of love it. I love how this came out. So she did take out her hair at the end of the video to share her final look, and this is it. This is it for me. I feel like I did a pretty dang good job. I feel super fucking confident. I freaking love it. So that is the final look. I adore it. I feel so confident in this look right now. I feel professional and beautiful and radiant. Like I can step into any freaking building and make the place my own. I totally feel so good. I can see why she wears this red lip. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. Well, you guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and watching me recreate Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's makeup look. I feel like this is totally work meeting, business meeting, interview worthy makeup. This looks so dope. I really love it. I just feel like I have more energy even while I'm looking at myself with a red lip. I freaking am obsessed with it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will leave the video link down below, along with a link to make sure you are registered to vote this November if you are old enough. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so, and hopefully I see you next time.